I'm Matt Hillebrand, one of the principals here at Don's Appliances, joined by Anke Peters, our Beko appliance rep.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, Beko. I was going to call you Beko. Thank you for joining us, Anke, of Beko. I've got Beko on my brain right now. I mean, Beko is such a really, really cool brand, and we're very, very proud to be one of the exclusive providers of Beko here in the tri-state area.
Yes, you are, and we are very happy that we partnered with Don's Appliances.
And what a lot of people, and I'm sorry to cut you off, I always get excited about this stuff. What we're very proud of Beko, we're proud to be a servicer, a retailer, because you guys have pretty high standards, right? So you just don't go into any retail outlet and just plop product down, right?
No, so our strategy for sure is to be with the independent dealer, like Don's. You cannot find us in the box store. It's an exclusive line to independent dealers. And then we try to find the right partner for this brand. As you said, it's a newer brand in the US market. So we really look for the synergy where we know that the end consumer is also taken care of on the service side, and just get the full experience on the sales floor where your salespeople really walk them through the lineup and point out the features and the benefits of the product, because there's so much to talk about, but you just need to know about them, learn about them, and really expose your end consumers to it eventually.
Yeah, and we just came out of the holidays, and all of us were cooking a ton, during the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all of that New Year's holidays, and all the other things going on during that time frame. Your ranges are really, really cool.
Yes.
Right? So there's not a vast array of models, but I got to tell you, they are packed with some great features.
Yeah. So a little about myself. I'm from Germany, and in Germany we cook all the time. We bake. It's a big baking nation, and I have the Beko in my house too. I'm a proud owner, and they have to hold up during the holiday season. And you all have a turkey during Thanksgiving with our 5.7 cubic foot in the oven cavity. It's definitely a large enough space for you to cook that during the holiday season.
Yeah, and you can do multiple things. The great part about such a large oven, you can do multiple things at one time with a convection feature, right?
Yeah, we have something even cooler. We name it surf convection in our current models, where the air wave from the sides as well as for more even cooking, for faster cooking. You want that turkey to perfection, right? And with convection, you have just more airflow circulation in your unit to get that nice finish on your product.
Yeah, and just to kind of put that into perspective, a lot of our everyday type ranges that offer convection as a step-up feature are only going to push that convection air, force that air from the back of the oven forward.
Yes, and we do it sideways too.
You're doing it all different ways. So, I mean, that bird is going to get or roast or casserole or whatever side dish it may be, is going to get even heat distribution, even more so than any traditional convection range.
That's true. Yes, that's what
okay.
we go for.
And just quickly, just kind of go through, like, if I'm looking at a gas Beko range versus a comparable competitor range.
So what we certainly try to do with all our products, not just cooking, but is really give the consumer, the person who uses our products, a benefit and a lot of features for a price point that they can reach. So when you cook on our ranges, we pride ourselves with one of the largest cavity, like surface spaces. So when you have multiple pots that you need to use, the burners are spread out. You can put bigger pots, more than just one, on our surface space, for example. When it comes to performance, we use high BTU burners on the gas range to just give you the precise cooking all the way out to simmering if you want to melt that chocolate in a pot. So we try to give you that at a reasonable price for the everyday household.
Yeah, so you have that high and low, right? So
yes.
you can get to that very, very high. And 20,000 BTUs, folks, that is really, really high.
Yes.
Average ranges that are more than 10 years old, our old ranges, they used to be 12,000 BTUs. So
that's one of the lowest that we have now on our range. So,
yeah, so I mean, that's a huge, huge point. Now, on an electric range, You know, let's just talk a little bit. I mean, I know Beko has a standard radiant range.
We do. We have a basic electric range. All our ranges, actually, another nice feature, just not electric, but they all have 4 glass panels on our door panels. The electric range happens to have a warming drawer. It just like the gas, has a really large cooking surface space. But outside of electric, there is a different way of cooking that you might have heard of. It's definitely up and coming. Looks like a electric range surface, but it actually is what, Matt?
It's induction. So induction is really, really cool. Before we jump into that,
Sorry.
I just want to go back to...
Sorry, apologize.
Nah,
I'm so excited about
problem.
induction.
Listen, we're talking appliances here, and it's very exciting for both of us. So the 4-piece panel on a glass door of an oven.
Yes.
So when we get to, let's say, broiling over 500 degrees, or if you're self-cleaning, which is going to go over 700 degrees.
So what I always talk about with 4 glass panels, it does a couple of things. One, the heat that you use inside of a cavity to actually cook your food doesn't come out, okay? So it just doesn't get as hot in your kitchen. When you have a smaller space in your kitchen, it can get really hot when you cook. And when you use the oven and you have lesser glass panels, it gets hot outside. Guess what it also does? It keeps the heat inside the oven of where you want it to cook your food.
So it's better insulating.
But there is another thing. You have a lot of families in the U.S. with kids, and you have a lot of grandparents with kids. And there's one concern with glass panels. What is that?
Burning. You know, a child touching a glass panel or somebody touching a panel, definitely you risk that. And now I'm going to just quickly jump into induction, because it's the exact same safety type thing, right? An induction surface
there you go.
only heats up where that pot is setting on that magnetic element. So if a child were to reach up and touch any glass,
it won't burn its hand. Never.
Yes, and if you pull that pot or pan off, you have residual heat, but it's not like a traditional radiant or a gas top that you're going to really hurt yourself.
No, I love it. Yes, that's one of the main features for induction. There's a lot to talk about induction, a lot to talk about our other ranges in the professional lineup, where you get air fry as an addition, where you have a nice feature on the knobs that illuminate, that give you a nice centerpiece in your kitchen when you cook. It's a showpiece. It's really nice.
Air frying, and you know, me like a lot of other people, we're just coming out of our New Year's resolution. I need to use air fry a little bit more, but unfortunately I'm going to have to replace a couple appliances in my house to get that air fry feature. But it is a great feature, because and Chef Anthony has gone through great lengths talking about what air fry is. It's just a healthier way of cooking, right?
It is.
And you know, we've got double ovens that have air fry. We've got cooktops with the induction features, the ranges, the pro ranges have the air fry feature.
And if you haven't heard it in one of the other videos, how many years of warranty do we offer all our products?
2 years full parts and labor. Be sure to check out Beko when you're looking for your next appliance. Go to donsappliances.com. Thank you, as always, for listening, and thank you, Anke, for joining us.
And thank you for having me.